Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today's video is going to be a shop my stash. I have a bunch of products from last month that I picked out to try and focus on for the month of October. Oh my god. And we're going to talk through them and then pick out some new products for the month of November. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and I'd love it if you'd like to subscribe if you aren't already. And with that being said, let's just hop into it. First off, I am so sorry for this lighting. The weather is just so bad. It is so cloudy. It's not even really dark yet. It's only like 4:30 in the afternoon. So the sun is just gone. It is super windy out. It is really like a stormy fall day, which kind of sucks because today is Halloween. Anyway, let's go through the products that I had in my shop my stash for the last month. A lot of these were lip products, but one thing that I wanted to mention that I've had in my shop my stash for a couple months now is the Viv Modern Radiance Cream Bronzer in the shade Medium. I really liked this, especially coming back from Hawaii. Like, I was super tan. This usually turns orange on me, but because I was so tan, this ended up being a really nice shade. And this formula is so blendable, so easy to apply. You really can't go wrong with it, and it is quite pigmented, which doesn't usually correlate to each other, but if you put just a little bit on your brush, you can get away with bronzing your whole face. So because I was so tan, I really wanted to make use out of this while I could, and this bronzer has so much product in here, but it really is great. I do kind of wish they had like a shade that was not quite as orange, maybe something a little bit more neutral leaning, but this is a great formula. I do like this, and I literally always say this, but every time I pick this up, it reminds me of a Reese's peanut butter cup, and I love Reese's. Something else that I had in my shop my stash was the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I have this in the shade G9. This one was okay. I do kind of wish that this had a little bit more pigment to it. I like this for what it is, in that it is a super lightweight concealer. I've made a little bit of a dent in here though. I'm not sure if you can see how like domed it is, but because of that, it's getting harder to pick up with my finger. Like, it feels like I'm getting concealer kind of everywhere. And I don't love that. And this honestly feels like way more liquidy than it usually does. Like, I'm not sure if you can see that, but like, it's not super opaque. It really just feels liquidy, which is not the best feeling in the world. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. Like, maybe it's just because I was picking it up with the brush. Maybe it's just kind of separating a little bit, but something about this has kind of changed, and I didn't love using this as much as I thought that I would. I don't know what's up with this. I don't know if it's just like starting to go bad. I have had this for quite a while now, and the expiration date on here is only 6 months, and I've definitely had it for longer than 6 months. I don't know. This was fine. I didn't like hate it, but something about this just like didn't work as well as it used to, and I don't really understand why, but that is okay. I had 3 different blushes in my shop my stash last month. I had the Viv Sunset Blush in the shade Rosa, which is a really pretty, just like a neutral tone everyday pink. I had Cosmetics So Soft Stick in the shade Bitten, which is this really pretty, little bit more of a deeper berry tone that I love in the fall and winter. This is one of my favorite blushes. And then I had the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Storm, which is also a really pretty deeper berry tone. This one pulls much more warm, whereas the Cosmetics pulls a little bit cooler tone on my skin. Out of the 3 that I had in my collection for this rotation, I loved using the Cosmetics So Soft Stick the most. This is such a pigmented formula, so really you don't need a lot of product. My main way of applying this was to dip my brush directly onto the stick and blend it out that way. Don't think it's like a bad idea to swipe it on your face, because it does blend out nicely, but I find that it's much easier to control the pigmentation and control where you're putting the blush if you apply it with the brush to the stick. I did love all of these. I think it was really fun. I was mixing the Glossier Cloud Paint with my Refi gloss highlighter that I have in my project pan right now, so I was liking that look as well. And then this is the Vive blush, is just a really good all-around neutral leaning blush. I really like this. I had a few different lip products in my Shop My Stash as well. The first one is the Buble and Rudy freckle pen, but I wasn't using this as a freckle pen. I was using this as a lip liner, and honestly this got kind of messed up because the tip of this, if you can look, the tip of this is kind of bulbous, and I think I put too much pressure on it when applying this to my lips because product doesn't really come out of the tip anymore. It comes out like after bending the tip, which isn't great when you want a super precise line, and I don't find that this draws over lip glosses very well. So the reason why I was using this as a lip liner in the first place is because the shade of this is too light as a freckle pen for me. You can see that my freckles are naturally like quite dark, and this is just too light for that. So I don't love this as a lip liner either. Like, it's a really pretty color, but it doesn't work super well as a lip liner because I kind of broke off that tip, or like bent it in a way that the ink doesn't really flow down as nicely as it used to. And then I had two lip gloss products. I had the Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love in the shade Tripping on Love. This is kind of like a cheek lip tint-esque product. This one was okay. I didn't use this as much as I thought I would. It's not my favorite formula, and this just doesn't really compare to my Ramond tints either, so I think I was just not super loving this because of that. This is a really pretty product. I do like it. I might give this to my mom because I know that she has her lips tattooed and she loves that, but maybe she wants to go in with a different color, and this would be really nice because it's kind of something that you don't have to really think about. I will say though that it does seem to fade more than like other lip tints. This one is just not my favorite formula. I do think that there are better options out there. And then the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow in the shade Cherry Glow. This is actually a stunning formula. I did really like this. It has a plumping effect to it, but it's still nice and sheer without being too sheer. Like, you still feel like you're putting something on your lips. I think this is a great formula. I love the glossiness of this as well. There's a reason why these are so hyped up, and I get why. I do really like this product. They're super expensive though, and I don't know, at this point I just can't justify buying another one. I have way too many products in my collection right now. Like, I kind of want another one, but I cannot do that to myself. I cannot do that to my wallet either. And then the last thing that I had in my Shop My Stash was my Refi Brow Sculpt. This has been one of my favorite brow products for a while. I broke the cap on this a while ago, so this no longer like stays on the lid nicely, but this is starting to get super dried out. I do think that it's almost time to let this go. I do love this though. I think this is a great formula. Like, this is one of my favorite products for a fluffy brow look. It is starting to get like chunky though, so I do think it's pretty much time to let this go. I've had it in my collection for quite a while. I've loved it for a super long time as well, but I think it's time to work on some other brow products than to just keep reaching for this all the time. Good formula though, great product. I would rebuy this in the future. I think this just like needs to go in the trash though. I've had it for quite a while. Those are all the products that I had in my Shop My Stash for the previous month. We are gonna go through some new products to pick out for this month. I guess since it's so dark, I can't really do like my normal overhead, so let's just like rummage through my drawers, I guess. Something that I really want to try out are these from Nabla. Nabla sent me, not that one. Nabla sent me a couple of their Cupid's Arrow shines. So I have the shades Everglow, Silver Moon, and Mirror. They actually sent me a couple of more, but I put them in my bridesmaids boxes because I just knew I wasn't going to be able to use all of them. So let's give these a little swatch. Let me just wipe off the swatches that I currently have on my hand. I've pretty much only seen their Instagram content for these. I haven't even swatched these of my own yet. So this is the shade Everglow. Then we have Silver Moon. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I just broke off a huge chunk of that. That sucks. And then we have Mirror. So these are the swatches of them. This one is Everglow, which is this really pretty kind of shiny silvery. This is Silver Moon, which is a little bit darker of a base, but has that silver kind of reflect as well. And then this one is Mirror, which is kind of like a champagne pink gold type of shade. These look stunning. I feel like I would love these on my eyes. And so I want to put all three of these in my Shop My Stash basket because I feel like I would love them. And I just pulled out my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow out of my project pan because I did hit pan on it. So this seems like a perfect replacement for that. As far as a brow product goes, I want to pull out my Milk Makeup Kush High Roll Brow Tint. When I first bought this, I wasn't the biggest fan. And the more that I've used it, the more that I understand the hype. This does a really good job of filling in your brows and making them look really thick really quickly. However, you have to be really careful with this because if you get it on your skin or if you get like a blob, it's really hard to comb out. So this isn't the most user-friendly, but once you get the hang of it, I do really like this product. I do think it's good. I want to kind of play with it more because I haven't used it for a while. So I'm going to pull out the Milk Makeup Kush High Roll. This might be excessive, but I'm going to pull out also the Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. This is something that I picked up because I forgot a brow gel when I was on a work trip, but I do think this is pretty. This doesn't hold as well, but if I want a softer brow day, I feel like this would be really pretty as well. So I'm going to pull up those two. Again, it's a little bit excessive, but that is just what we are doing. But something that I want to pull out is the new, to me, RMS lip oil in the shade Adriana, which is just a clear lip oil. This is super thin. I like the formula. I like the way it feels, but I have to build on a couple of layers before it feels comfortable to me. I do think it's really hydrating. I do really like this, but like I said, you do have to build up a couple of layers, and I've mostly been using this as a nighttime lip oil so that I could wear it to sleep. But I do like it. It's really comfortable. I just need a couple of layers built up. I'm not gonna pull out any specific lip liner. I feel like I can just go through whatever lip liner that I want. I don't think I'm gonna pull out any specific lipstick either. Again, I think I'll just pull out something when I feel like I want it. As far as blushes go, for a bronzer, I'm gonna pull out my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Medium. This is a really pretty product. I do really like this, and I haven't used it in a while and I want to use it again. And then as far as blush goes, I have quite a few. Something new to my collection is the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in the shade 120 Pink Flirt. Milani also sent me a massive PR package with all of their shades of their cream and liquid blushes, and I ended up giving a lot of those away to my friends, like in my bridesmaids boxes, like I've mentioned. So this is one of the ones that I kept. I haven't tried this formula yet. This shade also looks pretty and looks like it'd be up my alley, so I want to pull this out. I'm super excited about this. And then to kind of go along with that blush, I'm gonna pull out my Nabla Close-Up Blurring Powder Blush in the shade Lucky Rose. This is a really pretty blush as well. It is really blurring and just overall really pretty, so I really like this. I'm gonna pull this out and have this in my Shop My Stash as well. I'm sorry I keep looking down. I'm just trying to think of what I would want to pull out because I don't have everything like right in front of me like I usually do. I think I'm gonna pull out an eyeshadow palette as well. I'm gonna pull out my Charlotte Tilbury The Super Nudes Easy Eye palette because I haven't used this in a while, and I do have 3 kind of shimmery shades, and I think the tones of those shimmery shades go well with the tones of this palette. So I feel like this would be a really good adjacent formula to have. Yeah, I think that'd be really pretty. And I think that's it. I think that's more than enough to have for like a singular month. I also still have all the products in my project pan, so I definitely don't want to like overwhelm myself, but I feel like this is a good haul. I like all these products. I'm really excited about them, and yeah, I'm excited to make more use out of them because they've been sitting for maybe a little bit too long. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.